My name's Tom Andre. I'm an associate broker, a realtor, and I'm a former psychotherapist. I don't practice therapy anymore, but I actually lean on my counseling skills quite often in real estate. I believe behind most every transaction is a transition. And in therapy, we would call this a life stage change. This can be anything from a death in the family, a job relocation, a marriage, or even a divorce. Today, I'm going to introduce you to my friend and real estate client, Anastasia Moon. Anastasia is a therapist as well, and she specializes in chronic pain. And a few years ago, she went through some of her own painful events, a divorce after 30 years of marriage. That divorce led her to selling her marital home of 25 years and buying this new townhome. Let's go in and take a look. Anastasia, thanks for having me. We're in the Roswell Township subdivision in downtown Roswell, and this is your new townhome.
Yes.
Okay. And in the past, we've gone through 2 transactions together.
Well, the first one was a little more charged, right? A little more all of a sudden, and
So it was your first marriage of 30 years.
yes,
And then we had to sell your home that you'd been in how many years?
25 years.
Wow, it's a long
Yeah, I
time.
raised both my children in the home, and big house, 4 bedrooms, big yard, pool, all the 9 yards, big garage and a storage room, all full of stuff, and an attic, all full of stuff.
And you had to go through all that stuff in the new townhome. You had to decide what you were going to bring with you.
Yes, I was glad when we found a townhome that had an unfinished basement. That solved so many problems. But yes, it was difficult to decide what comes and what goes, and am I saving it for a child later?
Yeah.
And on top of the marriage ending, I was also an empty nester.
Yeah.
So it was something I probably would have been trying to decide anyway. So it was interesting to have that extra layer of...
Yeah. And I remember it being very emotionally charged.
Yes.
And you're a therapist, and
Yes.
I'm a therapist, so we...
And as we know, sometimes we're in it on ourselves. We need a therapist, right?
But we found this house, and it was, for you, a new build, so you got
Yes.
to pick all the finishes.
Yeah.
And create new memories, but I remember you had to select what you wanted to bring with you, and that, you're touching everything you own, and you're dredging up those memories. That's a difficult time.
Yeah, not just touching it one time, like taking it out of the attic was one thing, putting it in a box is another thing, deciding if it's going in the garage to be in the moving truck's another thing. But this was a great place to be, had a lot of...
You started anew.
Started anew, so I was single for a while, and then my friends kept encouraging me to get on Match, and then I meet my husband, Rich, and we got married in June. So another transition. I know, that's right. Minister Tom.
I was their minister in the wedding. And so that's leading into your next move in real estate. So what's occurring between you and Rich, and where are you going from here?
Well, Rich was widowed 10 years ago, and he has a big old house he needs to sell. So I've been helping him, and as I'm going through his things, I'm like, gosh, this is so familiar. And everything has a story, as I know from my house. Everything had a story. And so I'm very sensitive.
People don't realize how emotionally draining, and they never account for it. It's something you can't account for when you touch everything of your whole life, wedding gifts and gifts from loved ones, and then you have to decide what you're going to keep. And so now you've merged households, so you're both here.
We're both here.
And then what's the next step?
Well, we are building a house in Marietta, but that's probably a year down the road. We haven't broken ground yet, but that's the plan.
It's an amazing story to me because you've had multiple life stage changes occur in a short period of time.
Yes, I did.
Numerous real estate deals, and really I think what it comes down to is, in combination with the real estate, it's this intentional life planning.
But it's good. I mean, I'm here, and it's good.
That's good.
Yeah.
Buying or selling a home can be a confusing, frustrating experience. Clients tell me that they want a guide, somebody to help them through the transaction, but also the transition in the background. If you're going through a difficult time and need professional real estate guidance, then connect with me, and I'll do everything I can to help you.